Australian made and owned, Hi-Tech Oils is one of the largest oil blenders in Australia with a truly national profile, supplying an extensive range of oils, coolant, grease, batteries and much more for all businesses and consumer needs. Choose Hi-Tech Oils for peace of mind.
Electric street racing has landed in the USA for a final doubleheader showdown. After the most dramatic and unpredictable season so far, the fight for the ABB FIA Formula E Championship is about to play out on the streets of New York City in two electrifying bites of the Big Apple.
Taxi!
Reigning champion Jean-Eric Vergne is out in front, but there are 7 other drivers with their eyes on the prize. It's time to stand up and be counted. In this high-pressure grand finale, there will be no sleep till Brooklyn. Can the Frenchman become the first man to win back-to-back titles? Or will one of his rivals burst out of the chasing pack? Who will get their hands on the trophy? It's up to you, New York.
It's time.
What a location for the championship showdown. This is Formula E's third visit to the city that never sleeps. And we have a capacity sellout here in Brooklyn where the fans have come to see a champion crowned. Let's meet the contenders.
And we go green in Anteria.
It's been the closest fought season so far, with 8 different winners and unprecedented moments of drama.
Out of the final corner, it's 0! Degrassi wins!
The ABB FIA Formula E title race is once again going down to the final weekend. There are 8 drivers still in with a mathematical chance of winning the championship. But there is now a clear favorite. Frenchman Jean-Eric Vergne is in the box seat with a 32-point lead over his rivals. With wins in China, Monaco, and last time out in Switzerland, the title is his to lose. But with 58 points still up for grabs in the 2 New York races, the chasing pack will be ready to pounce if Vergne makes the slightest mistake. His biggest threat is Brazilian legend Lucas de Grassi.
Lucas Degrassi wins in Berlin.
The Season 3 champion is but 32 points behind Vergne. With 2 wins this season, in Mexico and Germany, de Grassi simply has to finish ahead of Vergne in today's race to stand any chance of winning the championship. But de Grassi is a street fighter. Do not rule him out. 11 points further back is young Kiwi ace Mitch Evans.
Almost there. He's got to go for it. There's contact. Evans is in the lead of the race.
Evans scored Jaguar's maiden Formula E win in Rome earlier this season. He has to win one of this weekend's races and hope that Vergne fails to score big points if his slim chances of winning the championship are to be realized. So Jean-Eric Vergne is the odds-on favorite to take back-to-back Formula E championships, and a win here today will guarantee him the title.
That's it, baby!
So it's a sizable lead for the reigning champ, but Formula E's history teaches us anything is possible. The following 7 drivers all mathematically have a chance, but they will all have to rely on Vergne slipping up on the Brooklyn street circuit. DS Techeetah will also be looking to take the team's championship. Last year, Audi Sport's late run of winning results pipped them to the post by just 2 points. The Chinese team are desperate to take the clean sweep this year in New York City. With a stunning Manhattan Island backdrop, it's time to take a look at this Brooklyn circuit with a man who is no stranger to championship victory in the USA, 3-time Indy 500 champion Dario Franchitti.
very wide going into turn 1, the hairpin. 2, 3, 4 is a critical corner to get down this long back straight past the tank mode activation zone. Heavy braking. 6 through 7 gets very bumpy in the left-hander of turn 9. Turn 10 has been widened this year to promote overtaking. Beautiful chicane, 12, 13, and it's fitting to end the season through turn 14, a fantastic corner. And that is a lap of this 2.3 kilometre New York City track.
Time now to go down to the grid. After a surprising qualifying session, championship leader Jean-Eric Vergne will start just 10th, with his nearest challenger, Lucas de Grassi, even further back in 14th spot. Up front, Sebastian Buemi starts from pole for the 3rd time this season. Here's a look at the rest of the top 10. On row 5, Jean-Eric Vergne, the championship leader for DS Techeetah, with a lot of work to do from 10th, and Robin Freins for Envision Virgin. Row 4, Antonio Felix da Costa of BMW I Andretti, and Jose Maria Lopez for JX Dragon. On row 3, Sam Bird for Envision Virgin, and Alexander Sims for BMW I Andretti. On row 2, Daniel Abt for Audi Sport, and Alex Lynn for Panasonic Jaguar. And on row 1, Pascal Wehrlein for Mahindra, and our pole sitter, Sebastian Buemi for Nissan E-Dams. Time now to head down to your race commentary team of Dario Franchitti and Jack Nichols.
So the left-hand side, as we look at it, is the clean side. The right-hand side, as we look at it now, is the dirty side. So expect that left-hand side to get a better start, but you never know in Formula E. The championship leader Jean-Eric Vergne starts 10th. He could wrap up the title today in the 5th season of this all-electric single-seater championship and become the first driver to win 2 Formula E championships. All 5 lights are on, and we go green in New York City. It's a pretty decent start from Alex Lynn. He's going to pull alongside Pascal Wehrlein on the run down towards the first corner. Vergne hasn't got away well. Lynn's gone in very, very deep, and he has secured that 2nd place. Lotterer has come flying in towards the back, almost went into the back of his teammate Jean-Eric Vergne, who we're on board with now, losing out to Mitch Evans. Oh, Evans gets a nudge from behind, and that might have damaged his car because he suddenly lost a little bit of drive there, but he's got going again. So that was all very busy. I think it was Gary Paffett in the HWA that gave that little nudge. But Buemi leads, Lynn 2nd, Wehrlein 3rd, Alexander Sims has got him into 4th place. So he has made a spot. Robin Freins going in super late on the brakes into turn 6, and still the HWA and Jean-Eric Vergne are wheel banging, and Vergne remains down in 12th place now, so down to 13th. He's lost a couple of spots.
But the good news for Vergne, his teammate Andre Lotterer is behind him and playing rear gunner. He can defend now and allow Jean-Eric to focus forwards. And Lucas de Grassi is further back in 16th.
He's lost some places too. Oh, big crunch. That's Paffett again, I think, really getting his elbows out. He's managed to get up to 12th place. It took him a little bit of time to adjust to this Formula E robust racing, but he looks more than happy to get stuck in now. So Lucas de Grassi, as you say, has dropped down to 16th position, having started 14th, and that's a puncture for Robin Freins. The right rear of Robin Freins' car, I think, is rubbing on the bodywork. Whether that will become a puncture or not, we'll have to wait and see. Sims around the outside of Wehrlein at turn 1. Brilliant move from Alexander Sims, and he is going to nab 3rd place, and immediately pounced on is Daniel Abt. So Abt goes past Wehrlein as well. Wehrlein just shuffling backwards and backwards. Good work from Alexander Sims.
Yeah, Wehrlein's got dust on his tyres, dirt on his tyres, so that he's not going to stop very well as he comes up to turn 6. He's going to stop the rot right now. Just calm down a little bit, not losing on the place, and get back on it. And you see Sam Bird trying to go round the outside. Oh, and the Dragons get together.
Yeah, the Dragons got together. Then Lopez has hit him, and Verne's been hitting all of that. Yellow flags flying down there, and Lotterer's facing the wrong way. D'Ambrosio gets going again. I think Vergne has just about escaped all that chaos, but it was the 2 Dragons that got into each other. That seriously delayed Sam Bird as well, so he has dropped back down the field. Look how dirty it is offline as they come through turn 9. Buemi and Lynn, meanwhile, are pulling away at the front, and they are right together. And whoa, there goes Turvey.
And Turvey went onto the inside of the track, onto the dusty part to defend, and couldn't stop, and you see the result. They've been a bit physical. This is probably the most physical race we've seen this season.
It's like the last day of school, isn't it? Massa goes through. Has Vergne got a problem? Left rear? Is that left rear puncture for Vergne?
It is left rear puncture, Jack. You're absolutely right, and some damage to the front.
The championship leader has to come into the pits. That's the danger if you're starting in the middle of the pack. And that means Lucas de Grassi is up into 14th place. And he needs basically to try and get up into 7th or 8th position to keep this championship alive. Now that Jean-Eric Vergne is in the pits, and DS Techeetah, their team's championship, as it did 12 months ago, is falling apart around them.
quick nose change.
This will only take 10 seconds or so, but it looked as though it was a left rear puncture, and they're changing that as well.
Yeah, but they're stuck. The nose is stuck. This is taking too long. Now, Jean-Eric Vergne needs a safety car to bunch the field up.
Well, I don't think he's going to lose a lap. That's the positive. He's got away. Swift-ish work from the DS Techeetah team. And away goes Vergne, but that's... Oh, you couldn't have scripted it.
Yeah, that is not ideal. And Sebastian Buemi heads on with Alexander.
That's why we pay the big bucks for that kind of analysis.
Yeah.
That is not ideal.
That is, it's far from what else. Well, it's that the thing's out with your control.
Here's Sebastian Buemi then, leading the race. Alex Lynn second, Alexander Sims in third. Fourth is Daniel Abt, fifth is the Mahindra of Pascal Wehrlein. Then by himself is the Maxi Gunter Dragon, and then it's Bird and De Costa and Freitz and Evans, the top 10. Gary Paffett is up into 11th place. Massa is 12th. Shuffling down the order is Jose Maria Lopez. He's had to come into the pits. Mortara's going side by side here with Stoffel Van Dorn. Tries to shut the door, but the Belgian says, no, thank you. There's a bit of Andre Lottera's car on the circuit. That might necessitate a full course yellow. Sam Bird then running up into 7th place. De Grassi is only 13th at the moment, but I think he's about to put a move on Massa.
Massa's gone into attack mode.
Yeah, and look at all the damage on the front of Lucas de Grassi's car. That was some physical action in the opening 3 laps of the race.
You know, and it's one thing having Jean-Eric Vergne out of contention, but de Grassi's got to score points. He's got to get up there, and he's got to minimise the gap for tomorrow's race. There's no point having your main championship contender out of point scoring position. You've got to get in there, and you've got to get not 1 point, you've got to get serious points. And watch the 2 white and black dragons. They come in.
So Bird was side by side. Was it Bird that...
I think it was Bird.
It might have been Bird that went into Lopez, and that's where... Oh, it was Lotterer. It was Lotterer that gave Vergne the puncture.
But he had
I know it's not his fault, but the 2 Techeetahs are the ones that came together.
Yeah, here we go. We'll see it from Sam Bird's camera. Remember, the camera's a lot higher than Sam Bird is. Yeah. And that was not malicious at all. They're just running closely together. Well,
this is what Jean-Eric Vergne saw. It all slowed down in front of him, and then, bam, that massive hit up the rear, which we saw live.
Let's see if the steering wheel is actually straight. Yeah, the steering looks fairly straight, so doesn't look like there's any suspension damage.
The fans turned up to 11 in the DS Techeetah garage by the looks of things. Mark Preston there, the team principal. Sebastian Buemi leading, only 6/10 ahead of Alexander Lynn.
Buemi's controlling the pace of the race at this point.
Well, the Nissan is very quick in qualifying. It doesn't always have the pace come the 45 minutes plus 1 lap, as De Costa sets the fastest lap of the race.
But the leader can control the length of the race. It's a tightened race, 45 minutes plus 1 lap. So if the leader can slow it down a bit, there's a chance they can do 1 less lap, which would, with all we just talked about energy saving and battery temperature issues, that would play into the Nissan's hands. So he doesn't need to go 5 seconds up the road from Alex Lynn. He's going to try and win this race at the slowest speed possible.
This is the battle between Gunter, Bird and De Costa. And that is for 6th, 7th and 8th. De Costa the quickest man on track at the moment. This is the championship standings as it is. This would move Sebastian Buemi into 2nd in the championship, just 26 points behind Jean-Eric Vergne.
Which we didn't talk about at all. We've talked about Buemi against de Grassi.
I say just 26 points.
Costa locking up.
You only get 29 points for a win and
fastest lap
and everything. So
and pole position.
So
Alex Lynn goes to attack mode.
Okay.
So this is it. He's thinking, right, I want the lead.
So Lynn then going to push and try and attack Sebastian Buemi for the lead of the E-Prix.
The last thing Alex Lynn now wants is a yellow flag or a safety car, because that will just negate the advantage that attack mode gives him.
So attack mode to be used twice during the race. Gives you an extra boost of power for 4 minutes. Lucas de Grassi being told to go through attack mode now, which he duly does do. De Grassi is at the back of this queue, still yet to get past Felipe Massa, so he hasn't got a huge amount of pace. We're looking at a replay of Andre Lotterer here. Is that more damage for Lotterer? Yeah, so there's Lotterer. Look, he's almost getting... Oh!
He can't get round.
It's the front wing has got wedged under.
This was earlier, sorry, that was... Yeah, that was earlier.
So then he managed to get back into the pits.
That's how he distributed that debris everywhere.
And he did a good job of that, didn't he? And Sam Bird all over the back of the Dragon ahead of him.
But it's just 3/10 between Buemi and Lin in the lead of the race. And Buemi takes attack mode now then. So Sebastian Buemi takes attack mode, and that negates Lin's advantage. So Lin's chance was that last lap. He's managed to close in. Really, really close, in fact. They've got a back marker up in front, which I think is going to be Jose Maria Lopez. Tom Dillman has pitted and looks to be out of the race, which is a real shame for Dillman because he qualified so well and is still the only driver yet to score points in the championship this season. So there they come into turn 1 again. Buemi, Lin in the Jaguar in second place, the white and blue BMW of Alexander Sims in third, and he's happy not taking his attack mode yet, even though he's under pressure from this man Daniel Abt. But Abt is so close, he might do it this time, and he does.
Let's go back to race, Energy is still good, the same as Buemi last time round.
9952.
9952.
Very good,
We're
Jack.
in Brooklyn.
Oh dear.
I didn't think, I'd been thinking of a way to get that in for weeks, and I never thought the opportunity would come.
And Alex Lin served you it on a plate.
Thank you very much. Nice. 34 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. Buemi leading, and Sims did take his attack mode, and as a result, he can try and hold off Daniel Abt a little more. Surprised at Wehrlein, 3 seconds back.
Looking at that pylon left of your screen and all those blue arrows, I don't think we've ever seen so many drivers go for attack mode this early in the race.
No, but that was some of the team bosses were saying that to me. We expect people to go early for attack mode today, even although it's going to be very, very dusty early in the race.
Well, you know what they say, when everybody's equal, nobody is.
It's a great view from the top. You can see the dusty part of the track and the dark line of rubber. If you've got either side of that, that's when you lose grip in a hurry. And the wall is waiting. There's no runoff areas here. Slightest mistake and it bites.
So Lin is going to be the first driver out of attack mode in 15 seconds time, as you can see. Sims behind him is still going to have 3 more minutes to use it up. So we may see Lin falling into Sims's clutches. So we see the Statue of Liberty there. And look how close the Grassi is. He's a man on a mission. Is this going to be it down into turn 10? Yes, it is. De Grassi up the inside, nice clean move. Robin Freins has a big old slide at the rear. In fact, the rear of his car looks quite damaged.
Yeah, I think the diffuser, the bit underneath the car, the floor of the car that provides so much grip for the Generation 2 Formula E car is damaged. You see it flapping around in Robin Freins' car. With the amount of contact we saw in the early laps, I would imagine there's not too many cars out there without a scrape or two.
I'm amazed I don't have damage. Give
it a minute. The race isn't over yet, Jack.
That threat?
Possibly.
Close the gap and respect the bobs.
Respect the bobs. The car tells you what to do. It beeps and tells you, okay, save energy, coast, now regen. And drivers have been known to ignore it, especially in the heat of battle. That was just a small reminder to Lucas de Grassi.
You don't want a power spike to get you in trouble with the stewards.
Currently P10, Jeff 19, Lotto 21.
That's textbook de Grassi, isn't it? On the dirty part of the track, no lockup. Off he goes.
Interesting, de Grassi was there, just told, you're P10, Jeb's P19, Lotto 21. I thought the whole racing driver spiel is just focus on your own race, doesn't matter what the other drivers are doing, blah, blah, blah. That's what they spin us.
Well, it's nice to have information.
And
I would have wanted that information.
Okay, and is that going to be like, oh, right, this is good stuff?
I think to me it's still available. The championship's still on.
Through turn 9 they come. Sims is close to them as well. Buemi leads. Is he going to go for it? Oh, I thought he could have there. Gives him a little nudge halfway around the corner, but that looked as though Lin was close enough.
I think Abt and P4 hit the wall coming out of turn 9.
Okay.
On that lap. It just looked like he bounced it. It looked like the slide stopped quite quickly.
10-second time penalty for Sam Bird for causing a collision. We're just getting a replay of Robin Freins being overtaken by Eduardo Mortara, and then Oliver Rowland getting through as well. So Freins, I think, has got some pretty serious damage.
Here's
now,
Lin.
Buemi defending from Alex Lin. Lin going to the outside at turn 1. Now, can Lin, because you do lose a bit of time taking attack mode, and he's super close to the back of Buemi.
I would be backing up a little bit, Jack, to run out of the corner and get the acceleration earlier, because Buemi cannot accelerate as early.
And here comes Lynn, powers up to the outside. Does he have enough of an overlap? No, Buemi swoops back over and retakes and holds on to the lead of the race by retaking the line down at turn 6.
Costa goes through attack mode as well from P8.
Nice little fight this. Bird's 10-second time penalty, fair?
He did spin him out, didn't he? He didn't mean it, but the result was he spun him out. So it just sums up the luck that Sam Bird has had. If you're one of the guys that got spun out, you're going to say, well, he deserves a penalty. Otherwise, there's one of the things about the Nissan, it's got this twin motor setup that everybody's talked about all year.
Energy as Buemi, 2%
9581.
And one of the problems of it, it's got very good punch off of the corners, but it works with your tyres a little harder because there's a bit more weight back there.
Interesting. We also may well have overheating battery temperatures towards the end of the race as well, which is something to keep an eye on. I wonder if that's why you do early attack modes. Whoa, super late on the brakes, too late on the brakes, Lynn.
He's got to be careful of that because Sims will pounce. Yeah, I think that's a good point actually, Jack. I think that's why you would take advantage, because you can't otherwise.
Yeah, if you're running towards the end of the race and you're managing your battery temperatures, do you really want more power going through it?
It's more about the regen, though. The regen is what kills it really hurts the battery temperature. It's that when you put reverse the current in the motor and start putting energy back into the battery, that's what spikes the battery temperature.
Apt has joined this party now.
Four-way fight for the lead here in ABB FIA Formula E, penultimate race of the season, and despite Lynn making that error at the hairpin, he has caught the back of Buemi, no problems at all.
He caught him again, didn't he, through 1, 2, 3. He's so quick there. The thing for him, though, is he has to be quick through 14 and on the brakes into 1. Those overtaking spots, 1, 6. Oh, wow, that was a late move from Massa. Now, these two have got previous. They were...
Mortara got past them both, though.
Well, so earlier was at Massa. It was actually,
no, Massa goes at the inside, goes in so deep, Mortara's like, okay, thanks.
Mortara did fantastic. But those two were arguing after pre-practice 1.
Yeah.
Paffett had a radio transmission that we couldn't transmit because there's a few words in there. So there's a bit of previous between these two. Gary Paffett's the next double DTM champion. He knows how to have a bit of contact, so I'd be looking at my mirrors if I was if Massa, but that was a couple of laps ago. Massa's now 12th, Paffett's 15th, so I think he's missed the chance to give him a little shove.
25 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Approaching the halfway point in the E-Prix, and these top 4 are in a class of their own.
That's where Lynn needs to be quick.
And here are the fan boost winners, Bob.
See Sebastian Buemi, so Antonio Felix da Costa, Stoffel Van Dorn, Lucas de Grassi. They'll each get a 25 kilowatt boost for a 5-second burst once this race reaches 22 minutes.
Did Stoffel Van Dorn win every fan boost so far?
Yeah,
every one.
And I think da Costa has as well.
He's been in the last 9. But Van Dorn has won substantially every one to this point in the season.
So there comes Bird and da Costa.
Bearing in mind, Bird has got a 10-second penalty to put onto that time as well.
So we think Apt is going to use attack mode next time around. They told him to do it that time, but it was too late. So next time, we're expecting that man, Daniel Apt, to enter attack mode and try and attack Sims in front of him.
Right there, Jack. That's where Lynn needs to be able to accelerate better off the chicane, carry the speed through here, get right on the gearbox at this point, and pull out, make the pass. Dead easy to do in the commentary booth.
Attack mode opposite to Sims.
Copy.
Watch how fast Lynn is through this next sector of corners.
So attack mode opposite to Sims means if Sims doesn't do it, do it. If Sims do it, don't do it.
Let's see what happens. Sims is not doing it.
And he's gone for it.
But he missed it. No, he missed it.
Went over too late.
Yep.
There's 3 sensors you've got to cross, and he didn't. And the car beeps at you again to tell you you've crossed the 3 sensors. Each one of the sensors get a beep in your ear to tell you you've done it.
Robin Fry's out of the race. He's coming to the pits, and that is his race done. Too much damage from that contact in the opening laps. So now the top four have spread out a tiny bit. Lynn is super late on the brakes every time into turn 10, isn't he? As we look at the downtown New York City, just over the Hudson. The Buttermilk Channel. No, look at him here. Oh.
Watch the red line. He's just too far over.
Nowhere near, to be honest.
No. There's your reaction. Oh, well done, Alan. You didn't swear there. Well done.
Race leader, Sebastian Buemi. Right behind him is Alex Lynn. Lynn's on it.
Okay, Sims has gone attack. Sims has gone attack. He's got less energy than you, though.
Buemi's got to be
Sims is
careful.
on attack mode.
Buemi's doing a lot of weaving in the braking zone, more than the one manoeuvre that's allowed. So you need to be careful of that, I would say. I want to catch the attention of the stewards.
22 minutes and 4 seconds to go.
Lynn's got a problem.
Oh,
Is that Alex?
That's Lynn. Lynn,
Lynn's
stop.
slowing down. The Jaguar pulls over, and he's running out.
What has happened to Lynn?
He's still going.
It's going again. It's accelerating again.
MCU error. Coolant pressure.
It's over for Alex Lynn.
Car's died.
Ah, what a disaster for him.
Okay, pull off. Sorry.
Gutting for Alex Lynn.
He was driving a perfect race, and he needs a result. I mean, the Jaguar guys have got to be impressed with that.
Look at him just coming out of turn 9. And that was it.
Motor control unit failure.
And these guys are pushing the limit in every area they can, and sometimes that happens.
2 years ago here, Alex Lynn made his Formula E career by taking pole position. A year ago here, he lost his Formula E career after a tricky season and ended up in the barriers. And now, a wonderful display, but it's not going to culminate in a finish. But that will have done his chances of a seat for next season the world of good.
Absolutely. And now Sims is on the gearbox of Sebastian Buemi in front. You think Sims will be a bit more aggressive?
So Buemi leads now, Sims second, Abt third. And there'll be a full course yellow for this. Potentially a safety car.
Safety car would be good for us because it would get Verne back into the fight, and we see how aggressive he's going to be.
70, there's energy remaining. Sims is quite low on usable energy here. He's right up behind Buemi. He's in attack mode. He's in his second attack mode, actually. So let's keep an eye out on Sims. He does not want this potential full course yellow to come. And there up the inside on the Mahindra. That is Sam Bird going past Pascal Wehrlein and getting into 4th place. But Bird does have a 10-second time penalty still to serve.
But he's 5 seconds behind Abt, so if he can start closing that gap, get away from those guys, he increases his chance of a better finish.
Da Costa using his fan boost here, coming down to turn 6, and he uses fan boost to attack Wehrlein and go up the inside and take 5th position.
You see the damage on the nose of the BMW. I'd be giving him a nice breeze, actually, today.
And actually, Sam Bird's penalty could well end up impacting Lucas Di Grassi, because that, depending on where they finish, how far apart they finish, could see Di Grassi promoted an extra spot. Still not done enough right now because he's in 9th place. Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. So everyone will bunch up behind Bruno Carrera into the safety car. That allows Verne to the back of the queue, but it also allows Di Grassi into the rest of the pack as well. I think this is better news for Di Grassi than for Verne.
It's not good news for Bird, is it? It's brought the whole field together.
Well, yeah. Look at the progression on the left-hand side there. Mortara's made him 11th place. It's Massa 9, so Venturi are having a great time. Safety car in this lap. So safety car coming in. Now when will Buemi decide to go? Sims needs to be a bit closer to the back, I think, because he was weaving around, and Buemi had a decent chunk, and he hasn't gone yet, Buemi. I thought he had. When will he floor the throttle? There he goes. Sebastian Buemi restarts the race, and Alexander Sims is right with him, right underneath the rear wing of the Nissan as they come down the start-finish straight. It's not a clean restart at all for Buemi, and Sims is on the attack.
God, that Nissan is quick in a straight line.
Apt! They touch. Just a little touch on the rear tyre of Alexander Sims. I thought Apt was steaming into the accident there, but he got it stopped. Buemi, Sims, Abt, Bird, Da Costa the top 5, and Daniel Abt goes to attack mode. Sam Bird and Da Costa have some remaining as well. Sims still pressing. Buemi is not comfortable out in the lead of this race.
No, And he keeps doing that thing again where he crosses over to defend and comes back across the front of the car to retake the racing line. There's only so many times I think you'll get away with that.
Verne has activated his attack mode as well. He's already got past Oliver Turvey. Oh, you can see Sims every time. Oh, Bird has to get out of the way and loses a place to Da Costa, and he's going to get mugged by Mitch Evans too.
I think Bird always ran into the back of the car in front, and that was what caused him to sort of have to brake that little bit harder and pull out to avoid hitting him.
He dived out of the way of hitting Daniel Abt, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't need another time penalty, Sam Bird, but he's dropped back a few places. Alexander Sims looks like the quickest driver out there right now.
But watch the Nissan down the straight. Look, it's gone.
And Apt's in attack mode. Daniel Abt in attack mode in the Audi, goes to the outside. Sims is late on the brakes. And he's going to show him the door. Nicely defended, and that's going to allow the other BMW, Antonio Felix da Costa, to get in the fight. Abt tries to shut him out of the way, and through goes Mitch Evans.
What a pass!
And then Verline goes through. Abt has got damage, has he?
He's just on the dirty part of the track, and the track is breaking up too, it sounds like.
Fan boost being used by De Grassi meanwhile in the Audi, and he's making up places. He's got past his teammate.
De
Grassi's passed his teammate and now up into 8th place, which is a net 7th place after Sam Bird's penalty. So De Grassi is now in a position, as it stands, to keep the championship alive.
Daniel almost spun me.
Daniel almost spun me, as they complained on the radio.
Yeah, but I think you need to be telling your teammate to just calm down a little bit at that point. We've seen that play out today.
And this is bringing Mitch Evans into it. Look at this. So Verne on 130 points. I think that would mean Buemi, Evans and De Grassi would still all be in contention come tomorrow.
Oh, look at Verne locking up into 6th. Into 1, sorry, and he's gone wide.
So he passed D'Ambrosio and then lost back out to D'Ambrosio. And actually lost back to Turvey again,
He's got
whoa! Look at that! Da Costa attacking Mitch Evans.
Was there contact?
Evans was defending vigorously. Then you got Sam Bird in there, then Pascal Wehrlein, then Maxi Gunter doing a good job to keep involved in this fight. The top 2 have broken away. Bird uses attack mode, as does Lucas De Grassi. So the top 2 come through. Buemi and Sims, as I say, they've broken away a little bit because of the shenanigans with Evans, Da Costa and Daniel Abt and all of that stuff. De Grassi is in attack mode now, so he's got surely Maxi Gunter in his sights because he's right behind him. Brilliant stuff.
Thinking of that points graphic, it's probably worth noting that Jean-Eric Verne has the tiebreaker advantage over everybody by virtue of his 3 victories this year.
Jerome D'Ambrosio. Oh, that was...
I think they got hooked up. I don't think he did that. He had full lock on.
Gary Paffett.
He just grabbed the side of Paffett's car. That was not on purpose.
And that's 2 places for Jean-Eric Verne now, up into 14th place. But still, Lucas De Grassi is in a net 7th position as it stands. But he's in attack mode, and soon will be trying to get past. Oh, lock up from Sims coming into 1. I also think Buemi went in a little bit deep.
Sims go wide.
Buemi looked like he went in deep too. We're on board with Sam Bird now in 5th place, right behind Antonio Felix da Costa in the other BMW. Every time you think, you come into this weekend, Verne's got this wrapped up.
What did I say yesterday?
Today, isn't he?
Yeah, you told me yesterday not be so sort of set on it. He's got it.
Yeah.
Shows what I know.
1 more race to come tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Join us.
Loads of lockups. Sorry, Jack. Loads of lockups into 6.
Buemi has held off Sims for the moment, and now Evans is coming at Sims.
De Grassi's trying to pass the dragon of Maxi Gunter. Still behind him, though.
And then they are dropping behind. Verne says the fastest lap of the race, but you only get a point for fastest lap if you're inside the top 10. It's 11 minutes plus a lap to go. Top 3 now pretty much equidistant.
The risk-reward ratio's gone up a bit because not only do we have dust on the outside of the track, but you can see the marbles from the tyres, especially on the exit of 14.
Whoa! That was
De Grassi, and Gunter.
1% up on Sims, by the way.
God, Gunter is defending like his life depends on it.
It looked as though Gunter had gone up the inside of De Grassi, didn't it? The way they were arriving in the corner.
This is the last straight that Da Costa will have attack.
And Da Costa thinks about the attack. There goes Evans.
That was a late move by Sims to defend.
And he's got through.
Well done.
Evans is through, up into second place now. Bird is getting up alongside Antonio Felix da Costa.
Evans is pretty happy about that.
Very, very satisfied with that one. That's going to be trouble into 9. Oh, they're still side by side. Bird gets shuffled out. And Pascal Wehrlein in the red, white and blue Mahindra. Oh, Bird, no!
Battery temps are okay.
How he didn't hit anyone, I don't know. And Abt takes advantage. And De Grassi is past Gunther. And Roland is into the back of Mortara.
I'm glad you could keep up, Jack.
So Lucas De Grassi is up into 7th place now, which is a net 6th position because of Sam Bird's time penalty. This championship is going down to the wire tomorrow afternoon in New York City.
De Grassi again, he's got his teammate Daniel Abt behind him, who should be acting as rear gunner, just making sure nobody comes up behind him and does anything stupid.
Bird on Wehrlein.
Bird in front of you, same time for attack mode.
We're getting a replay of Eduardo Mortara in the bottom right there. This was him locking up and Roland just chucking one in.
Yeah. Wow, aggression from Oliver Roland.
Bird attacking Wehrlein. Oh, well done on the brakes. Round the outside. Oh, but he's gone in a bit deep. And De Grassi sees a chance for another place. Can't quite get it.
Hey, but watching the turn 10, De Grassi's been mighty on the brakes into turn 10 as we're approaching turn 9 at the moment.
And De Grassi goes again into 9. Nudge. And he's got past.
Wow, he might get in trouble for that one, Jack.
That was touring car-esque. And Abt goes to the outside now. And barreling in comes Mortara. Mortara nudges the back of Wehrlein.
And Wehrlein's thinking, what happened?
Oh, there's problems for Mortara. Mortara's in the wall. He's damaged. Roland has damage too. 8.5 minutes plus a lap to go. And Oliver Roland is in trouble.
There's bits of Nissan line all over the track.
Mortara's out. That means Verne now is up into 12th position in the DS Techeetah. There are the two BMWs now in in third and fourth. And here is Mitch Evans right on the back of the Nissan of Sebastian Buemi when he goes into deep.
He's got 8 minutes plus a lap to make that pack, as we see. Oh, big lock-up from Massa.
Verne's in there. Verne's in 11th place now. Verne is 1 position away from being in the points, and that entirely recalculates what De Grassi needs to do to keep it alive, and whether Buemi and Evans finishing 1st and 2nd will keep it alive too.
But right now, De Grassi's got his 5th place, right? Because Bird's got the penalty. 10 points. That's 10 points for 5th.
Whoa, that's a late one, and he's through Wehrlein on Oliver Roland. No, D'Ambrosio, sorry, that's D'Ambrosio on Roland, and now is that Lotterer? Somehow Lotterer's back in this race.
Yeah, here comes Lotterer. How did that happen? Explain that to me.
I've seen some Formula E races in my time. Well, I've seen them all.
I was going to say, you've seen most of them.
Yeah. So there's the championship standings as it stands now, with Verne being out of the points. So De Grassi and Evans would both be 24 points behind Verne. So that is within a race win of Jean-Eric Verne. Here's a replay of Mortara. So Mortara sent one up the inside of Gunther, had a bit of a wheel bang here.
He got held up, didn't he?
And then they had a hit, and then he came across. I think he got damage or something because he came straight across the road.
With the dragon car, he kind of got pinballed off of him, and that shot him across the track.
Yeah.
And Oliver Roland was an innocent bystander in that one.
Almost got put in the wall.
I just watched.
He's targeting 1 lap more. He's close to the bubble. Keep under consuming as you've been doing. We'll get more clarity.
Buemi is targeting 1 lap more. That means he's going faster to make the race 1 lap longer.
Interesting.
Yeah, because again, it's a timed race.
So what usable energy do all the front runners have? That's what we'll have a look at in a moment. That De Grassi Gunther under investigation. Which one was that?
Turn 9.
Was that? Oh, that was
turn 9.
What Dario spotted.
It's aggressive.
Yeah, we'll see. So there is Buemi leading, Evans 2nd, 3rd Da Costa, 4th Sims, 5th Bird, but has a 10-second time penalty. So that means essentially 5th is Lucas De Grassi. Then it's Daniel Abt. Then in the 94 is Pascal Wehrlein, and there comes Lotterer trying to get through, not quite close enough now. Is Verne within 10 seconds of Bird? Yes, he is. So that would promote Verne into 10th place at the moment. I don't think we're going to know until we cross the line and the times are added to Sam Bird whether Verne's won the championship or not. At the moment, he's not in position to do so, but he is outrageously close to being in position to do it. 5 minutes plus a lap to go. Jean-Eric Verne right behind Stoffel Van Dorn. There's Buemi leading. Mitch Evans is covering now, so Evans doesn't quite have the pace to stick with Buemi at the moment. That Nissan finally looks as though it's doing a good job, but how long is this race going to be? That's the question. What is the usable energy of the front runners?
I bet that's the question the teams are asking each other too, because they do.
Here we go.
Perfect.
So Buemi has 16%, Evans has 15%, so they're all about the same at the moment. Bird's got a little more than both of them, but it's not like Buemi has a lap advantage and is not going to be able to build up a lap advantage over Evans come the end of the race. It's 4 minutes time.
Alex, same as Buemi.
And Verne's gone into attack mode. So he's going to get past these guys in front. Going to get past Van Dorn, Massa.
Right, keep your eyes peeled for Jean-Eric Verne. He was about to come into view there up at turn 9.
I wonder if Mitch Evans is struggling with some battery temp issues, because his pace has kind of fallen off.
It really has, hasn't it? That last lap, he was 0.4 of a second slower. In fact, he's been 0.7 slower on this lap alone. Here he comes across the line. Buemi does a 1 minute 12.9. Evans a 1 minute 13.3, and he's really having to defend now from Antonio Felix da Costa.
And if the battery temperature starts going up, it means you cannot regenerate as more. It means you effectively have less energy than those around you.
This is the incident we're looking at here, when Bird came in and Daniel Abt went up the inside of Gunter. So yeah, that can't be it. No, that won't be it. It'll be the one at turn 9, won't it?
When he kind of just nudged him ever so slightly. I can't remember.
I can't remember. He gave someone a nudge at turn 9, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Just just a kiss on the back of the car, just enough to unsettle them and make the move. But Evans is using all the roads.
So we've got 3 minutes plus a lap to go. And Verne is in 10th place. Verne is into 10th place in attack mode there, so he's managed to get past Van Dorn, and that is, at the moment,
he's in 9th place.
Going to be 9th, at the moment, but it depends how quickly he goes in the final few laps.
And he's got fastest lap, that's another point.
Yeah, 3 total thus far.
Right, Bob, you're in charge of the maths.
Good luck, Bob.
Man, apocalypse now.
Bob's a lawyer, not a mathematician, come on.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Costa's right there.
Evans second, Da Costa third. Costa's dropped back a little. It's Bird who's closest to Sims as it stands. Lopez has got past Roland up into 13th. Roland's still running, don't quite know how. Right, so this is as it stands. And that would be 26 points, the difference between Verne and Di Grassi, but I don't know if that's taking into account Verne's extra position from 10th to 9th, which would make it 27 points. I don't know.
Bird is all over the back of Sims. And Di Grassi's going to get him. Di Grassi's going to pass Sam Bird.
Okay, he was ahead of him anyway, technically.
But now
it's absolutely gone.
Tyres are gone. Worried about the car. Yeah, so it's the car balance more than the energy, it sounds like. Just car sliding around. This allows Di Grassi to now attack Sims and potentially get a 4th place. He's doing everything he can to win this championship, or to keep himself in contention to win this championship.
He's doing a brilliant drive. He started this race in 14th position.
It'd be so much easier if he didn't qualify at the back for himself. It's great for us, great entertainment.
Yeah. So those points that we're showing you, they are as it is on track. So those will change as well when Bird's penalty is applied. So, like I say, until we get to the checker flag and add 10 seconds to Bird, I don't think we're going to know whether Di Grassi has kept the championship alive or not.
So this coming to the white flag, coming to the last lap. So you can see Di Grassi just hounding Sims a little bit. Watch for Di Grassi to make a move into 10.
Here he comes. Evans defending, Sims defending. Bird going in super deep, as did Daniel Abt. Somehow they avoid hitting each other. Maxi Gunter's out the race.
You saw what Di Grassi did. He made Sims defend so hard that the Sims was on the dirty part of the track, and it almost allowed Lucas Di Grassi to make the pass in turn 10.
Gunter out the race, Mortara out the race, Lynn out the race, Freitz out the race, Dillman out the race, and here is So look, Buemi and Evans are on the same usable energy. Sims may be in a bit of trouble here as they come across the line now. This is the last lap of the race. How aggressive is Degrassi going to be here? Has he got to be aggressive on Sims, or has he got to be sensible about it?
You can't just throw it away, Jack. He's worked too hard to keep himself in contention, but...
Oh, here comes Da Costa. No.
And Degrassi's too far back.
And Verne! Jean-Eric Verne! There's chaos at turn 1, and Jean-Eric Verne will not score any points. DS Techeetah can't believe what they're seeing. Formula E can't believe what it's seeing. The championship leader.
Where is this?
This is turn 1 and 2, isn't it?
It's turn 2, yeah, it's the second of the right-handers, turn 2.
So that means the championship is going to go down to the wire tomorrow, thanks to a collision for Verne on the final lap. Permutations, combinations, 10-second time penalties, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. It's going down to the wire, and Sebastian Buemi, with his first win of the season on the streets of New York City, pushes himself, fires himself into championship contention. Second place for Mitch Evans, third for Da Costa. Sebien feels like the understatement of this year. And there's Jean-Eric Verne.
Wow.
What has happened?
That's going to take some
Unbelievable.
explaining. Shall we talk to Sebastian Buemi?
Yeah, see, it's the first win of the season, so introduce yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Sebastian, it's Dario. Congratulations. That was an incredible race. And finally, your first win with Nissan.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, I can tell you, because it's been a hard season where we basically deserved, I think, a couple of wins, but finally it happened today, so really happy for the first win of Nissan and my first win since 2 years, so really good.
Well deserved. The highs and lows of racing. This man's sitting there nice and cool before the race.
Here we go.
Let's see what happened.
So Verne goes for it on Massa. He's up alongside. Well, he's wheel to wheel. They bang. Wheels. And then they... Oh. We'll get the onboard out of... Here we go.
Here we go. This is the next bit. The critical bit is where that orange part of the wall is.
Oh, Felipe.
Felipe, what are you doing?
Felipe, baby.
Oh! Felipe was lucky. Thank goodness for the halo.
And D'Ambrosio just powered on through.
I mean, yeah, it was an aggressive move from Vernon to turn 1, but then Felipe Massa just drove him into the wall in 2.
Oh, Lotterer shoved D'Ambrosio through. But there's Sebastian Buemi, the winner of the New York City E-Prix. What a season.
Our 9th different winner of the year.
Yeah.
In 12 races.
Oh, wow.
Here's a look at the provisional race classification. I imagine the stewards are going to be busy, but for right now, Sebastian Buemi picks up the victory. His first of the year, first for Nissan EDAMS and their partnership. Mitch Evans, a very grateful second for Panasonic Jaguar. Antonio Felix da Costa and Alexander Sims bringing home 3rd and 4th for BMW I Andretti. Lucas Degrassi and Daniel Abt, his teammate, finish in 5th and 6th.
It's been a long time, and I tell you, I'm quite emotional because it's been over 2 years, and also this win is really for our team chef, Jean-Paul. He's not doing so well, so really this win is for him. I really wanted to win, and I'm really happy it happened today.
We had a tricky quali after being in Group 1, obviously back in 13th. So obviously the target was to move forward, but I wasn't expecting to be making that sort of progress. Don't think I made many friends that race, but you know it's at that time of the championship where you have to go all out, and I could sniff the opportunity at good pace, and to come over the podium was really unexpected, but we'll take it. So just big thanks to the guys.
We played it really smart, to be honest, the whole race. I was able to save a bit of energy in the beginning of the race, and then really use it at the end, and just go forwards. Had a bit of help from my teammates, so I really have to thank Alex for this one. This podium, it was more for him, but it's crucial for our championship, all these points. So thanks to the team for that, and really happy to give BMW Andretti a podium here in New York.
In the championship, as things stand, Jean-Eric Verne sees his points lead cut down to 22. Lucas Degrassi now up into 2nd place. Mitch Evans in 3rd on 105. And look at those gaps, 108, 105, 104, 97. So we'll take a look at the team championship standings. The Estachita now 24 points ahead of Audi Sport Apshet. But remember, they came in with a 43-point lead. Nissan Edems jumps past Envision Virgin into third, followed by BMW I Andretti and Mahindra Racing. This weekend also sees the concluding rounds of the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series, the world's first all-electric production-based international championship. Brazil's Sergio Jimenez enters the penultimate race of the season, looking to increase his championship lead.
Round 9 of the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy got underway in New York City. Sergio Jimenez knowing he could wrap up the title with a win because his main title rival, Brian Sellers, was not starting. Celia Martin overtook Mark Hacking. This was the moment that brought out the safety car. Zi Zhang up the inside of Mark Hacking. And then a bit of contact there. Seemingly broke Hacking's steering. That brought out the yellow flag and the safety car with it. And when it looked as though we were going to be behind safety car till the end, the Jaguar I-Pace managed to pull in at the last moment to give us one lap of action, which Sergio Jimenez held on to take the victory in round 9 and to win the 2018-19 Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series. And that is what it means to the Brazilian.
Back now to the main event. As the dust settles on one of the most memorable and exciting Formula E races ever, Sebastian Buemi becomes our 9th different winner of the season, ending a 2-season victory drought and the first victory for the Nissan Edems partnership. Joining him as the last man standing in the fight for this season's title are Mitch Evans, Lucas de Grassi, and championship leader Jean-Eric Vergne. One race to go here in Season 5 of ABB Formula E right here in New York. From Jack Nichols, Dario Franchitti, Amanda Busick, and me, Bob Varsha, join us then.